I think I might become a Bears fan.
That almost sounds better than Toronto Blue Jays.
I'll get a sticker that says.
And welcome to another episode of the Friday edition of Ripping the Rack podcast. No idea what episode number it is.
69.
But it's Friday.
It's episode 69.
It's always episode 69 on the Ripping the Rack podcast.
On Fridays, absolutely.
And on Fridays, it's always 4:19. Do you have a minute?
I do. What are you doing?
Oh, let's see. With me today, I am your host, or one of your hosts, not the host, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse here. My name is Tim. With me today, we're going to start on my left. No, I'm not, because he's an ass. We're going to start up top. Mr. Brian Athern, how you doing, buddy?
Up top again. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. And I don't want to talk any hockey tonight.
I do.
And on my right would be one Mr. Maki Pins. Maki,
what's up, boys? How we doing tonight? I still got the jersey on. I know what happened in the game. I ain't taking it off either. I don't give a shit. I love my bees. They lost. That's all right.
I got a fire pit outside, Mark, if you want to borrow it. But
no, that's where I'm going to put the Toronto T-shirts that I got. Get the fire going, a little bit of kerosene, get it going.
And with us as a new addition is our Make-A-Wish kid, Calvin. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you. Thank you.
And we are the Four Horsemen of the Paraplegics.
Yeah. We were the Triforce. Now we're the Paraplegics.
The quadriplegics.
Oh, Quadra.
Yeah, because there's four.
The Wish Kid, yeah.
Four Horsemen of the Paralysis.
Yes. So Friday, which means that we've had a full day to recover from the loss of our beloved Bruins.
Maybe have a little silence.
You know what? I can't even make this up. We're taping this on Wednesday night. The Bruins
it's
just
fresh.
lost literally
it's fresh, folks.
It's wicked fresh.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Calvin is about as smiley and happy as I've ever seen him.
Calvin might be happier than, well, okay, the Leafs don't win, so he's never happy.
That's true.
Hey, have you ever seen the Leafs win?
Yes. We've been over this. We've been over this on
Not a cop.
2004. No, nobody's win a cup. Not in this generation.
Thank you, Kessel.
I think my dad did.
Oh,
Timmy's seen him win a cup.
That's
I don't know. When did they last win?
67.
Nope.
Oh.
The Leafs?
No.
My parents were 10.
Oh, you didn't see them. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't see him. I was -4.
God,
my dad was 3.
Yes,
and
Calvin.
all of those people are very old now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to say today is National Sex Day.
It is actually.
It is
today, or the Friday today.
Today, Wednesday today.
Okay.
Oh, because
It is 6/9. It is
we're
on
breaking
Hump
the
Day.
fourth wall right now. We're going to break the fourth wall a little bit.
Okay.
And my wife, she got out of it because she made me a wonderful strawberry shortcake that I had instead.
Oh.
That's a woman planning ahead right there. Nice job.
She knew what she was doing.
Mrs. Matero. Excellent job, young lady.
You know, she's pretty smart. She's wise to my ways.
Get used to you by now.
Yeah, well, after almost 25 years, you would think that she would be.
All right, so let's talk hockey for just a little bit.
No.
We got to let him get it out of the way.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. You know what, Calvin?
Grin for the
Calvin,
whole
hold
rest of the
hold
show.
on. The floor is yours, Calvin.
Well, no, I'm just curious. Like, did the referee...
And we're done with Calvin's segment.
Did the referees get in the middle this time, or was there like...
No. They look. Did the referees play a part in this series? Yes, I believe they did. Are they the reason why the Bruins lost?
No.
Islanders
Lack of
outplayed them
in the
out
second and
hustled
third
them,
periods.
out hit them.
Yep.
And frankly, they outcoached. Barry Trotz outcoached Bruce Cassidy, which is a surprise to me.
Really?
Bruce,
Barry Trotz is an amazing coach, man.
He is. No, he is. And look, I've known Barry Trotz as a coach since he coached the Portland Pirates up here in Maine, which is the AHL affiliate of Washington, or
Right.
was.
It was, and then we were.
So
I've
watched him coach. He is an amazing coach. Bruce Cassidy is an amazing young coach. I did not expect him to get out-coached as bad as he did. And that's where it is.
They just looked smaller. The Islanders looked bigger. They were faster. It seemed like, watching every game of the series, it just seemed like the Islanders had 6 guys on the ice to the Bruins 5. They were just everywhere. Whenever there was a loose puck, there was an Islander there. When there was a bounce, there was an Islander there. And, I mean, everybody gave Tuukka a ton of shit about everything. If the whole play breaks down in front of him and it's so many 1-on-0s, how many of them is he really going to save?
right.
How many can he possibly save? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You look at all the Islanders' goals, not counting the empty netters, of course. Take away all the empty netters, and how many 1-on-0 goals did the Islanders have? My guess is half of them, at least. And it's really difficult as a goalie. Like, I was a goalie growing up every time I played hockey. It is not easy to stop a guy 1-on-0 time after time after time. Again, the defense was sloppy. They were slow.
Yeah.
The forwards just seemed like they were playing with a yo-yo and not the puck. The bouncers didn't go the Bees' way either. I'm going to say that, too. Giving the Islanders credit, there was no puck luck for the Bees. But them is the breaks, unfortunately, as much as it sucks and it hurts to say Angela's probably laughing her ass off right now. But at the same time, the Islanders deserved it. They just played a harder series.
Did.
They really did.
They absolutely 100% did.
Yep.
And as a diehard Bruins fan, and I have been a diehard Bruins fan since the late 70s. Yes, I'm old. Yes, I remember the days of Terry O'Reilly and Gary Cheevers and all of these old Bruins players when Ray Bourque came on.
Man,
I remember
nobody was
this.
throwing water bottles at Terry O'Reilly, were they?
No.
Oh, for all the fuck's sake.
Pick the Islanders.
I do.
What a dick.
They got
Yeah.
outplayed. It'll be interesting to see, over the next couple of days, the reports of the injuries that come out. Who needs surgery, who's whatever. I always find that interesting that hockey is one of those only sports where they're like upper body injury, lower body injury.
Yeah.
Football is like they got a toenail that's been inverted, it's removed, it's gone up his ass, and they need to do this and that,
And out
whatever.
for 6 to 8 weeks.
And out for 6 to 8
Or
weeks.
you're Tom Brady and you were on the injury list every week
12 years in a row.
for 12 years with a shoulder or it was knee for 4 years?
Yep.
And then Belichick's like, what? His knee hurts all the time.
So it'll be interesting to see again. Does Rask need surgery? Was there a problem with him being injured? And if so, why the hell aren't you playing your hot 22-year-old guy who came on halfway through this, 3/4 into the season,
And he was killing it.
and did establish that he could play at this level, at a high level.
Swayman did such a good job for such a young guy coming up,
Mm-hmm.
being put on the pressure of a good team. It's not like the Bruins were in like last place and it was just, go ahead, kid, show us what you got. No,
Wow.
they're making a playoff run and you got guys in front of you that are scoring goals and they trust you in the nets. And all he did was perform. I'm honestly very surprised that he didn't get more playing time, especially coming into the second round where, I can understand playing Tuukka in the first round when they were playing the Caps. I can get that. But then coming into the second round, give Tuukka a break for the first 2 games. Let Swayman go out there. Let him earn a job. Now, it'd be just like what we had in 2011. When we did win the Cup, we had 2 unstoppable goalies. We had Tim Thomas that was stopping everything. Except for,
Standing
when
on
he,
his head.
except for when he would come all the way out to like the blue line to try something stupid. He had a couple of those little dumb things. But then we also had Tuukka, who at the time was now the Swayman role. Who was coming up and killing it, and we had 2 goalies that were brick walls.
Yeah.
Tuukka was not that brick wall this year, but Swayman came up and proved that, hey, boys,
Well,
I got this. Give me a shot.
Let's not say that. Tuukka was one of the league leaders in save percentage and everything else this year. For a guy that we don't know, does he truly want to play the game?
I would too, playing Buffalo 8 games of the year. I'd have a save percentage up there too.
Okay.
Buffalo was pretty fucking bad in all defense.
They were.
I'll give you that one, my Canadian counterpart.
It's like Toronto having a good record this year.
Right.
Bruins would have gone undefeated if they had played all Canadian teams. Well, maybe not. Maybe they might have lost 1 or 2 games, but. Oh, by the way, Angela, Habs suck.
Yeah, that's still a fact. Even though we're out, the Habs still suck.
Yep. Go Vegas.
I'm going out to
Go Avalanche. Sorry.
Hey, in Celtics news, Timmy, did you see where Kemba Walker? Kemba Walker?
Yeah. Kemba Willy Wonka? Hey,
yeah,
Brian,
Kemba Willy Wonka, the chocolate.
Do me a favor. Smoke another one, buddy.
What? So Kemba wants out of Boston.
Well, it's a mutual thing.
I think everybody wants out of Boston.
I think. Oh, God, this is tough for me again. My teams all suck right now.
Even the Red Sox are losing.
Would you like to come to my Dallas Cowboys support group?
God, no. I'll stick with the Patriots. I had a good.
You're going to want to learn from me, Tim. So. You're going to want to learn from me. This is what happens. You are right now. You just experienced like 1996 Dallas. It only gets worse. Pretty soon, you got Quincy Carter as your quarterback, and Bill Parcells is back as your coach.
I'd rather waste the money on a secondhand Habs shirt, honestly, than go to the Cowboys support group. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You are a hell of a man for sticking with that team all these years. You are a wonderful individual, sir.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well, it's easy because my football season ends every year on Thanksgiving. That's our Super Bowl, and then I just wait for spring training.
Just like mine in the summertime, and then I can enjoy my summer. I don't have to worry about it.
So, quickly from a Celtics thing, because I know pretty much out of the 4 of us, I'm probably the only one that truly pays a lot of attention to the Celtics. I know Marky doesn't.
Not at all. Not a basketball guy.
I pay attention to basketball, but I don't.
But you're not a Celtic. Are you a Raptors fan, or are you just a basketball fan?
Basketball fan.
Do you follow a team or do you follow players?
I follow players. I love Dame.
I love Little. Oh my God,
Dame's awesome.
I want them to make a super team with Lillard, Doncic, and Beal.
I want them to have green and white and have a Celtics logo on.
No.
Dave, I would kill to see Doncic in a Celtics uniform.
Dave Godwin and I were having a conversation. He looks better in red and white because Lillard's already with Portland, so he's got the red, white, and black. So it looks better in red and white.
So he can go be a Chicago Bull.
You sure? I don't care.
Look,
the Supersonics need to come back.
Yes, they do. I follow basketball. I am a diehard. Everybody knows I'm a diehard Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins, Patriots fan. That's what I grew up with. That's what it is. I also like the New England Revolution. So
I'm with you on that one. I do watch the Rebs. I love soccer.
Soccer's fun.
The football.
I've gotten into soccer this year.
Not a chance. It's just as bad as golf. I couldn't watch it for the life of me.
Oh, I love golf.
I could sit and watch golf all day.
Yeah.
All day. There's a beauty to it. There really is.
Oh, there isn't. Especially if I probably live. Because I used to go golfing with my father and uncle and grandfather and all that. But to just sit there and watch it on TV and watch them hit the ball. Okay, let's go to this other guy who just hit the ball, and let's go to this other guy.
Yeah, but how good they are at it.
Yeah, but they just hit a ball. Like, I could go up and hit a ball real hard.
But you tell them, hey, there's a ring 2 feet wide.
Well, yeah,
on the green.
I understand.
And put it in that ring, and there's like 100 guys, and out of those 100, 96 of them are like, all right, and they put it in the ring. That's amazing to me to watch that. That's amazing.
Being a golfer, I have always loved watching golf because I am in awe at what they can do.
Those courses are not the courses you go play with your buddies on the weekends. Those greens are not the same greens you put on in a muni course.
No.
So I was a good golfer at one point. Like,
You still are.
I was a really good golfer.
No, you were really good. You're still good now, but you were really good.
Right. But these guys, I mean, even your mid-level or your crappy pros would still
crappy.
Ricky
kick the
Fowler.
ever-living shit out of me on a golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. But anyway, so Bruins, they're done. There will be some changes. Right off the bat, I don't think you see Rask come back. I think he's a restricted free agent, I think.
So let's talk a little bit of that, if you must. Who do you think they're going to protect? Because the new Seattle team is coming in, and they get to pick and choose. So who do you think they protect?
That's a great
Swayman.
question. You're definitely protecting Swayman.
You think they will?
I think from a goalie standpoint, you're protecting Vladar and Swayman are going to be the
Vader?
two.
Only do one. You can only do one goalie.
Oh, is it only one?
You got to do Swayman.
You can
You
do.
got to do Swayman.
So I think, don't quote me, I'm not 100% on the forwards, but you can have, it's either you get 7 forwards and 3 defensemen, or 6 and 4. You can pick one of those 2 options, and then only one goalie can be protected.
Okay, well, if it's one goalie, then they're keeping Swayman.
And
guaranteed.
We know where Tuukka's going.
Tuukka's going to retire. I think if he does anything, he's going to retire.
You don't think he'll go to the crack den, as
Nope.
they're going to call it in Seattle?
No. I've got a friend of mine that has season tickets to the Crack Den.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited for them. They're huge
Dude,
hockey
that's
fans.
going to be a
and
great hockey town up there.
It is. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be just like Vegas coming in.
I can't wait for the chance. Let's go crack.
And then all the
Crack
visitors.
attack. Crack attack.
Let's go, crackheads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forwards to me are the easy ones because you're protecting Marchand, you're protecting Bergeron, and you're protecting Pasternak. Pasternak.
We'll have another one.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Another one, Tim. I think you protect. Well, it depends on what they do with Hall. If they can sign him, he is a free agent.
If they don't sign him, that's such a mistake. If they leave him unprotected, that is a massive mistake.
I think
Cam Neely's not letting him go anywhere.
No way.
Cam's still in the front office?
Yes.
He's in there.
That's what I thought so.
I think they want to sign him, and I think Hall wants to sign. But it's a matter of
be here.
But
it's
a matter of
out
money.
many times.
Yeah, it's all a matter of money. Defenseman, obviously, you're protecting McAvoy, probably Corrali. Corrali's offense. Grzelcyk. It wouldn't surprise me if they protect Grzelcyk. Other than that, I'm not really sure.
How does the actual draft work with the expansion team? Where do they get to pick?
You didn't see the draft? Did they did the draft lottery already?
They got number 2.
They got number.
Okay.
So what it is they are guaranteed number 2, but they have still a chance to be the number 1 pick. They're guaranteed at least the number 2 in the draft when they come in.
Right.
This is one of those situations like they can trade up for it kind of situation.
Well, no, they can get picked. Like how the draft lottery works is they have certain numbers, obviously, and like a certain number of balls in there to choose from. But no matter what, they can't do any worse than second. So say like the 4th overall pick, they get bumped up to first. That first overall pick, who say like, Buffalo was the last team, they get bumped down to 3rd because of the new team. Instead of them just getting bumped down to 2nd.
Yeah, it's a weird. Hockey does it a little bit on the, I would say on the odd side, but it works for them, and
yeah,
it does. It's
always really neat because
I've hated lotteries ever since Tim Duncan didn't come to Boston.
Yeah. So what about Toronto, Calvin? Because I don't know enough about Toronto.
Well, I mean, they're going to protect their core. The bad part is I don't think they can keep Hyman, so they'll probably lose Hyman.
I was trying not to laugh, and then fucking Brian started laughing.
Yes, I'm a juvenile.
You can never protect the hymen.
Does he get busted often?
Yeah.
Only once.
Only one.
I broke Marky.
Yes, you did.
So I mean, obviously protecting Tavares and that Marner. Depending, I guess they're looking. I mean, any rumors are happening, but you never know if they're going to try to trade Marner. Maybe get up in the draft or something like that. But I doubt it. I can't believe they would. But you never know. It's going to be a fun off season for sure.
I want the regular season hockey next year to come back. I don't like the way they did it this year. I want the Bruins to be playing Toronto. I want the Bruins to be playing Montreal. No one gives a shit about Ottawa except for Corey Jones.
And
he might not even anymore.
I'm pretty sure they only have like 6 fans. So.
Yeah, because every time you go to a Toronto-Ottawa game, there's more Toronto fans than there is Ottawa.
Yeah.
What about Winnipeg? They're in the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Oh, they got eliminated.
Straight.
Montreal eliminated them.
Oh, that's too bad.
So let me ask this question to our Canadian friend. Is there, because there's much fewer Canadian teams in the NHL than American teams. So is there like a pecking order of teams? Like when it comes down to like who argues about certain teams? Because it seems like Eastern Canada is all Montreal or Toronto. Like when you talk to other people out west, like what's the buzz around like Calgary or like the Canucks from Vancouver? Is there out west rivalry like that?
Oh yeah, you have your Battle of Alberta because you have Edmonton and Calgary in the same province, right? So they're always up against each other, and then
is that like a national holiday over there when those two guys play each other?
Yeah. They cancel stores and
yeah, no shit.
They riot. You know, they pick up a blade of grass and then apologize, and you know
they riot, but they pick everything up afterwards.
They pick everything back up, clean it up.
Yeah. No, it's mostly so it's like Eastern Canada is your Toronto, Montreal swing because you got the French and all that stuff. Then you got Quebec, Montreal, and then you got Ontario and Winnipeg that are Toronto fans because nobody cheers for Winnipeg. And then you have your Alberta.
Americans do.
Yeah, Americans do. And then you have your Alberta teams. And then you have Vancouver, which has this little island. And then the rest of BC all cheers for Toronto. You know, it's mostly Toronto fans.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised about the Winnipeg, though. The Winnipeg thing, because like they had a team. Then they lost it. They went to Atlanta. And the NHL was back. Like, well, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Because it really kind of was. That was really stupid.
But
Atlanta's not exactly the great hockey town that the NHL thought it was going to be. And then they gave him back to Winnipeg. I would think that like the place would have gone nuts that they got their team back.
But I mean, you got to think like in Canada, hockey fans are hockey fans. They're going to go whether they're cheering for Winnipeg or not. They're going to go to a game.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're going to get if I was in Toronto, if I was in Winnipeg, I'd probably get season tickets for a Winnipeg because I'd just go to every game, right?
So I hear you there. Okay.
It wouldn't matter to me whether it was my favorite team or not. I'd still go. I'd still get season tickets to go. Like we have a buddy when I was living in Fredericton and even sometimes here in Moncton, but they're a little too expensive for me to go to. We have the Moncton Wildcats or whatever here.
Yep.
I mean, if I was really into it, I'd probably get season tickets and go. But you know, I'm not really into the.
So I went to when the Portland Pirates won the Calder Cup in their first season as Portland Pirates, 95. They played Moncton in the Calder Cup finals.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Game 5 in Moncton for that.
Neat.
And I'm pretty sure it was the old place because they got a new place, right? Newer place. The old place was like a barn. It was like
it's in the Coliseum. Yeah, it's a big like basically looks like a barn. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, we drove up for that. That was wild. Like that was, you know, they got into it. Like, like to a point where I'm like, well, shit, are we gonna make it out of here? Like, You know, I would like I would love to see Quebec City come back.
The
I'd love to see the
Nordiques.
Nordiques come back.
Oh,
I want the Whalers to come back first.
and then Quebec would actually have a hockey team, and then we'd be good.
How can you not want the Whalers to come back? Come on, go Hartford.
Honestly, I never gave a crap about the Whalers.
I'm
I
really
love the Whales.
surprised that team even stuck down in Carolina. I'm really surprised because that's another one of those places that you
They
don't
have a
think
lot
hockey.
of crazy hockey fans down there. Like,
It's right.
yeah,
Do you see the games? Like, do you see the fan?
It's
Like,
nuts. It's
they do
nuts.
that circle at the end, and every fan is still there, and they do that clap
Yep.
thing or whatever. It's crazy.
But it's the same thing with Tampa. If you think about the Lightning,
Yeah.
Tampa in Florida is not your hotbed of hockey.
No.
Like I never would have thought, but they have a rabid fan base. I mean,
Well,
they
there's
sell
a
out.
lot of roller
Well, now
hockey
that they're
down there.
good, now that
even
they're good,
even when they weren't good though.
Man. Oh man. 2000, like the whole 2000s, it was packed every game.
really.
Yeah,
But you had who was their big guy? Was it Martin St. Louis?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Martin St. Louis.
William-
Oh,
And-
You know-
Kovalchuk.
Brad Richards for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You take the Florida Panthers. I mean, there's a team that could go away.
No, they've been packed ever since '96.
The
they had John Van
Panthers?
Beesbrook.
Man, throwing the rat,
Jeez, man. Yeah,
The
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot
because
about
he used
that.
to go head to head with Hasek.
Yeah.
At
Yep.
least like 3-4 times a
my
year.
favorite goalie of all time, Dominic Hasek. Love that guy.
Because he was about your size and played goal.
Uh-huh. And I was always a goalie growing up, and I was
He
usually
looked
the shortest
huge.
guy playing.
He took his helmet off, and you're like, "You look like a transformer, dude."
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about I forgot about that. I'm just thinking in general.
and now they've built a really good young team,
Yeah,
and so now they're even more
yeah.
centric about it.
I will tell you the one team that has really impressed me since they've come in is the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
that has turned into an immense hockey hotbed.
but I
And
mean,
it's
we got everybody's second line to start the team.
Yep.
So, like, you're just.
Do you think Seattle's gonna have a similar thing?
I think
That depends on how smart the owners are.
right. What Vegas has done well, and again, I've gone out. They've been in the league for 3 years, and I've been out there 2 of the 3 years. What they've done very well is they've really got the community involved. They do a lot of that community outreach. They do a lot of things to draw the kids in.
Got the junior hockey kids playing in between
Oh,
intermissions.
yeah,
and-
Number one, you can't get a ticket to a game. They've been sold out for 3 years. And there's a huge waiting list for season tickets.
Seattle, same way.
Yep, Seattle sold out in something like 2 hours. I think they sold out of season tickets. It was crazy. Like, no, hockey's fun. I'll watch hockey the rest of this when it's on, just because I enjoy it. It's one of those sports, like, I struggle to watch, even though I'm a diehard Red Sox fan, I struggle to watch other teams play baseball.
Oh, I love it.
I can
I love
watch
to watch
any baseball game.
I
Yeah,
struggle
Watch
with
a
it.
baseball game.
I am one of those people, and everybody always says, like, oh my god, like, I could watch hockey, I could watch baseball is the one thing that I could sit and watch constantly. I could
Mhm.
with
Hockey,
100% agree.
without
I can with hockey.
I could care less if I sat and watch a whole hockey game. I could care less if it was the Leafs on or not, but I could sit and watch a baseball game from pitch 1 to pitch 180. I could watch every pitch.
And maybe it's because I'm older than you guys and I've just watched so much that I don't know.
I'd never get sick of watching baseball.
No, I've never.
No,
never-
Now,
any game. It doesn't
if
have
you-
to be a Red Sox game. I
If
could
you
watch a
have,
minor league game. They used to show the Providence Red Sox on TV on NESN every once in a while. I could sit and watch that too.
if you have, like San Diego, I can watch San Diego because they interest me. They're
because
fun
you like
to
Don
watch.
Orsillo.
I love Don Orsillo. Who doesn't like Don Orsillo?
I love Don Orsillo.
I miss Don Orsillo. I miss him.
He
I
truly
really do.
is the best play-by-play caller.
Did you see who one of the on-field reporters is now in San Diego? Heidi
Catherine
Wade.
Tappan? Is she? Oh, Heidi. Yeah.
Heidi Wade. Is she really? Good for her.
Yep.
Another Red Sox.
Yeah.
Nesson alum.
Nesson.
Yeah, Nesson.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what other sport I could watch all day? Curling.
Nice segue. I was about to do it in a minute, but that was a pisser
That's
segue, guy.
good. And I could watch curling too. I love curling. I don't understand a lot of it, but I like it.
It's horseshoes on ice, but with more shoes.
I thought it was shuffleboard.
And it's shuffleboard, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that too.
Have you ever, oh my God, I love watching it.
It is so intense.
Yes. Have you ever seen the torque that they get on that broom? Like, I'm amazed. They must make that thing out of aluminum, it's unbreakable because the amount of
it's got to be it's got to be titanium that they have because
it's incredible.
So the only time obviously that we ever watched curling was the Olympics.
Yeah.
That was all they ever showed it down here.
Or when we were bowling in Canada.
Or if we were bowling
that was
in
the
Canada.
other best part when we'd go up north for Canada because all you had to do was put it on TSN at night when you were laying in bed. And even if it was just Sports Center, you still saw curling highlights. Or if you turned it on in the middle of a match, I put the remote down and I knew what I was watching for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because you guys usually came down in March time area, and that's always usually the big curling season.
So Calvin, have you gone curling?
Oh yeah.
And stuff? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not good at it, but I would love to do it a lot more. But we'd go down and it's just really there's no, I don't play it often, but there's no real, so I just go down there and fling it and get stuff out. There's no real finesse to
You don't get way down and glide with it and let it go.
In the rock, isn't it 40 something pounds? It's a heavy.
It's heavy. I don't know that it's 40. I don't know. I'd have to Google that. Google.
Go to the Google machine.
Yeah.
And they're all made, I believe, from a certain type of granite that I think they only find in Ireland or something to that effect, somewhere over in the UK.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Tim and I have a curling club an hour north of our house in Belfast.
Oh,
Do
man.
you really? There's one up
Yeah.
there?
We can never get in though. You got to be a member, or you got to be. Yeah.
They're real, and you can't it's. I mean, it's pretty well like bowling. You got your beer leagues and you got stuff like that, but they're real strict about.
I am on the World Curling Federation page.
Nice.
The WCF.
The
WC, the American Dodgeball Association of America. It is worldcurling.org. There's 3 primary curling disciplines. There's team curling, mixed doubles curling, and wheelchair curling.
Yes.
They don't do doubles curling?
That's the doubles, is mixed doubles.
That's not doubles then. That's mixed doubles.
You don't do dude.
I don't think I've ever seen 2 men or 2 women at a time. It's always mixed.
It's always men and women. Because they need somebody to sweep. Not that women can't do it, but they need someone to really sweep.
Because the women do it, obviously, when they do team curling.
Yes.
But then it's 4 women versus 4 women. Or 4 men.
Oh, my God. You know what really cracks me up with curling, though?
I thought you were looking up the weight.
Hard.
I was, but then we got talking about this, and it's hard.
No, you're talking to Americans about curling now. You're going to hear a lot of weird factoids and how we don't get to see it and how much we love it.
I don't know.
So
it cracks me the terminologies and their communication and how they communicate what they're doing is.
You understand it? Have you?
I understand it to a point. I get that when they're saying hard, I get that. That's really scrubbing because it's generating the friction and generating the water, so it glides.
No.
No.
So
That's
the
how
reason,
it's explained to me.
no, so
It's
the
not
reason,
a flying sack of shit, those Canadians.
the reason they sweep hard is because it's keeping, I guess, yes, keeping the glide, but it's keeping it so that it doesn't curl.
Right. So
Right,
it
but
keeps
that's
going
what-
straighter.
Straight
Because
line.
it's creating a water layer. Because they're scraping, it's creating that water layer so it can't turn.
Well, yes, but creating a water layer slows it down. So it's not really essentially a water layer. It's, I guess, smoothing out. Yeah, sort of like, I
It's
guess.
being a Zamboni.
Somebody
Yeah.
once told me that with the brooms that they use, it's more of like it puts like a polish or a shine
Right.
so that the rock doesn't curve or
Yeah.
curl.
Or
It
curl.
tends to stay straighter until they need it to curve in, and then they'll stop and let it go to that little
Let it-
curl
I
that
I
it
think
needs
I have
to
it.
either.
They're mimicking a 10-pin lane. They're letting it slide until they want it to grab.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah,
So it's
I'm not just a
100
pretty face, everybody.
So the surface is 146 to 150 feet in length
Yes.
by 14 and a half to 16 and a half feet in width. So you truly can have different widths then.
Yes. There are
Okay.
there's the European ice, and it's just basically like hockey, right? There's European ice and there's Canadian ice, or North American
Or
ice.
North America. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The rock carries a weight
Dwayne Johnson?
between 38 and 44 pounds. So between somewhere a maximum circumference of 36 inches and a minimum height of 4.5 inches. And the only part of the stone in contact with the ice is the running surface itself,
Yes, at the bottom.
which is a narrow ring, I
Very
guess.
narrow, yes.
Which is like the bottom of a rock is like if you ever see them, they'll tilt up a rock and kind of wipe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The very bottom of the surface is like concave, so that there's like an air pocket that
Right.
travels with the rock, like underneath.
Basically, like, you know, those really disgusting, like, chalk tasting suckers.
Yeah.
Those are like curling rocks.
Okay.
You know, the ones that have like the big ring on the outside, and then they just kind of make a little tip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those disgusting chalk tasting things. Yeah, that's a curling rock.
And Marky, you were correct. Cays of Scotland
Yep.
has been making curling stones and Mauchline, Ayrshire,
God bless you.
since 1851, and has the exclusive rights to the Ailsa Craig granite, which
Mhm.
is granted by the Marquis of Ailsa, Ailsa, whose family has owned the island since 1560. Wow.
I remember hearing that and being flabbergasted by that. By like every competitive rock of every curling that you've ever seen comes from this one specific mountain or
The
one
last-
specific area.
And
Yeah.
the last harvest of this granite took place in 2013, and 2,000 tons was harvested.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yep. That they are saying that is
Amazing.
sufficient to
400,000
fill
down.
anticipated orders through at least 2020. So they may have started again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing factoid, ladies and gentlemen. We're full of them.
Wow.
Calvin, what did you think of the team of American dads winning the curling gold medal that year?
Oh man, I love Schuster. You have no, I love watching Schuster. He's weird. He's quirky.
He's quirky. He is
He's
quirky.
quirky.
He's quirky, but he's so much fun, and he always has fun when he's playing, no matter what. There's so many guys, like we have a lot of teams in Canada that nobody likes, like Brad Jacobs. He's a dick. But Schuster, he's just so fun, and he just enjoys the game. He's not really over competitive, but he's competitive. He wants to win, but he's always just having so much fun. He doesn't care. He's like the Craig Holbrook of curling. He just goes and
That's
he
a
has
really
fun.
good analogy. Yeah.
He just goes and he has fun. He doesn't care anymore. He's just up there and he's having fun. I love Schuster.
I always thought he was goofy. Like I always figured like he was just that guy that like stumbled into a curling club and somebody stole his New Balance dad shoes and they were like, "Here, put these on. You're good at this."
Yeah.
And he always just looks like he can't wait to get done so he can put his dad shoes back on and like go out for a walk and find an ice cream and play mini golf somewhere.
It looks like that whole team rolled up in a minivan like, "Hey, we're lost. What's this? Okay, we'll try."
Yeah, can we do this?
Why not?
So keep going. I'm just reading down through.
Tim, are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there? Well, we're probably coming up on time, Tim.
Yeah, we're probably.
We get about 5 more minutes. We can keep going.
No, I really wish there was more on curling down here in the States. One cool thing that we do have with YouTube TV kind of becoming a new popular thing for people streaming their TV, there's the Olympic channel on it.
Yes.
And there is a large quantity of curling that gets shown on it.
Granted, it's all American that they show. But
I don't care. I get to watch curling.
I watch a lot of it.
I get to watch it more than just once or twice a year when we used to go up north and bowl. Oh my God, I just said when we used to go up north and bowl. God, bring that back, please. But now we get to see it. Like I have my YouTube TV set to DVR any match that comes on, and I don't care what it is. Melissa has come in. My wife, she has family up in New Brunswick, up by like Rogersville, up in the top up there, and we used to go up there. Huh?
I think I knew that.
Yeah, I say it a lot whenever. Just to throw a little bit of like, hey, Canada, like I kind of know what's going on up here. Like it's a factoid I repeat a lot.
Me too. My mother-in-law's Canadian.
But no, so she grew up going up there 2-3 times a year, and she's loved it too ever since she was a little kid. And I used to be one of those guys that was like, that's so stupid. This is so dumb. And then she explained the rules to me, and I started watching it, and I went, holy shit, this is intense. This is great. And the funny part, she used to think the same thing about hockey. She used to think it was the dumbest sport. These guys are just skating up and chasing this little black thing and shooting it at the goalie, and oh my God, they scored. But I explained to her the rules and the penalties. This is what offsides is. This is why they pull the goalies. And now she's a nut. Like when the Bruins lost today, I literally cannot repeat the text message that she sent me on my phone when they lost the game earlier tonight. But like once you get into it, it's just a sport that we don't get to see down here very too much. So if you talk to some people about it around here, they're like, "That's dumb. Why do you watch that? That's so stupid."
So
like
good.
some stupid Americans, they think it's on the same level as like soccer, which a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. But if you can dig it,
into soccer.
It's kind of cool if you can get into it. But curling's that unique game that like the Canadians play to most of the Americans down here. But it's worldwide.
And here, like looking through some of the curling rules and regulations and everything else, that good sportsmanship is actually like that's an integral part of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Curling. Yeah. It's like. Yeah. So I'm reading this. It's like they call it the spirit of curling. Mm-hmm. So it leads teams to congratulate their opponents for making a good shot, strong sweeping, or spectacular form. I didn't realize there was a spectacular form.
There is. A lot of it is when they release. So you have like your knee.
It's the follow through.
Your knee is bent in a certain like angle, and there's.
Okay, so the next time we bowl, Calvin, I want you to congratulate me on my spectacular form.
Nobody can congratulate you on that form.
I would laugh my ass off. Seriously, it would be so funny.
Back return.
It would be so funny if like.
I will try to remember that, Tim, for the next time we bowl. I will.
Oh my God!
And I'll be like,
could you imagine? People would be like, "What?"
No, we're playing curling rules for this match, boys. We're playing curling rules.
Mark, when you guys bowl him in the mix this weekend, you gotta talk about his spectacular form.
I will.
Yes.
Absolutely, I will. I will educate my team on the spirit of curling competition, and Tim and I will demonstrate.
This is the part that really, I number one I like, because I don't like to. I'm not going to cheer others' mistakes and stuff like that, but it said one should not celebrate one's own good shots during the game beyond a modest acknowledgement of the shot, such as a head nod, fist bump, or a thumbs up gesture. So when I throw a strike, I'm just going to go.
Not fist bump.
Well, there is a lot of like cheering and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of But
I mean, that's got to be that rule has to be bent a skosh, like especially when you're in an arena and there's 4,000 or 5,000 people cheering. Like you watch some of these high level, there's 5,000 or 6,000 people in the arena, and when they go banana sandwich because somebody bangs out 2 and then they leave 5 in an end, like, and the place goes nuts. Like there has to be. You just
confused the shit out of Tim.
I just yeah, but Calvin understood every word I just said.
No, I here's the thing is I know some of these terms. I don't know what it means. So here's what here's what we're gonna do, because we're running out of time. So we're gonna continue this curling discussion.
Yeah, can we please have a curling episode like next week? Can we do that? Can we do that?
We won't, we're not gonna have a whole
curling.
episode because we're not gonna have a whole episode. We are going to have a segment next week. We're going to start with curling on next Friday, so we can finish.
Mark's going to make it go
this conversation.
Yeah,
dude, I know the lingo. I've watched a ton of it, man. Like we can sit and we can talk about fucking 8-enders all day. I followed a guy from a local curling club down here in Massachusetts, down in Chelmsford, which is like uber, private.
My great aunt is from Chelmsford.
Yeah, there's a lot of money over there. It's a very well-to-do area. And I followed a guy on Instagram who posted a picture a few months ago about a guy having an 8-ender. What that means is literally you have 8 stones. Each team has 8 stones. Yep. And his team scored 8 points. Mm-hmm. That's literally like in Candlepin bowling, somebody throwing a 300 in bowling. Like you had a perfect game. You knocked out all 8 of the other team's stones, and 8 of yours were in the house.
Well, not that you knocked out everybody, but your 8 stones counted.
Well, yeah, you got 8 points in the end.
That's bizarre. That's crazy. And the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to do this weekend in the mixed tournament that we're having, I am going to, because it says a match traditionally begins with players shaking hands with and saying "good curling" or "have a pleasant game." Mm-hmm. I am going to do that. I'm going to be, have a pleasant game.
Good bowling or have a pleasant game.
Because he's spoken.
Well, think about it, right? When we've gone up north or when the boys have come down here, when you shake hands with somebody from Canada, what's the first thing they say? They don't say good luck. Never once have I ever heard. I hear have a good game. Have a good game.
Match.
See, now that's something we can talk about Monday, or Tuesday, whatever you want, kayfabe. That somebody from the States shook my hand. I won't say who because I think we talked about it when it happened, but they said good luck. Now, to me, somebody saying good luck is like, good luck. You think you can beat me? Like good luck.
Right.
Where we in Canada, we say good game. Have a good game. Right.
Yeah.
But down here, that's commonplace.
Saying good luck is not, it doesn't mean like, good luck. It means like, hey, good luck.
No, best of luck to you. Like, have a good
best of luck to you.
They mean the same thing. But I can understand how when the cultures cross like that, you're like, wait, what the fuck did he just say? Like, what?
Right.
I am so going with have a pleasant game.
Have a pleasant game.
Have a pleasant game and a wonderful tomorrow.
Tim, if we bowl against each other in the tournament next weekend, please say have a pleasant game.
And I want it live streamed, and I want you to say it loudly.
Cheech posted the schedule.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I will say this while we're still, I know we've gone over just a minute here, so keep talking a quick sec. And I'm going to find the schedule for this weekend, which is right here. And let's see, Mark, you are...
we should be labeled Exeter Lanes.
Exeter Lanes? Okay.
Hopefully we're not still labeled as like Team Regan.
Well, yeah.
Or whatever. We've been Exeter Lanes the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And
you were in 2018 when I bowled against you guys. You were Exeter.
And in 2019,
Exeter, you started out with Cape Ann is your first one.
Okay, Pan?
Just so you know.
The K-Pan?
Cape Ann.
Does anybody not remember that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When they were in the Worlds that year, they were Cape Ann. K-P-A-N.
Oh.
2016 or 17, I went into the captain's team, and they said, team number whatever, Cape Ann. So I was like, what was that, Cape Ann? They're like, yeah, Cape Ann. I'm like, okay, K, Pan. So that's what they were.
Marky, we will be bowling you guys on lanes 23 and 24.
Okay.
The 7th match on Saturday.
I hope you guys have a pleasant game.
Yes,
thank you.
May you have a pleasant game.
Good luck, Calvin.
Yeah.
So
fuck you.
by then I'm probably gonna be in traction and need some breaks, but we'll see.
Oh my God! Just make sure you're in the lineup. We have to look at each other and say, "Have a pleasant game."
Have a pleasant game.
Please.
Have a pleasant game.
Oh,
who's your captain of your team? Who's your captain?
I don't know, Evan or Maddie, one of them.
All right, I'll message him. We have to bowl each other. We have to say, "Have a pleasant game."
Have a pleasant game.
Even if we just bowl one box against each other and then we sub out, like I don't care.
And you have to compliment his form.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. And
Yep.
We have to be extraordinarily polite to each other during each
Yes.
match. No
Yes.
Perfect
celebrating.
gentleman.
If somebody throws
Oh
a double,
no,
and
you can
somebody's-
do no, you
just-
can do high
No,
fives,
I'm gonna go like,
fist bumps,
you know
and
what? If
thumbs
you
up.
throw a strike, I'm gonna look at you and go,
Good job, Marky.
people are
Marky,
gonna
wonderful
look at us-
form.
They're gonna look at us and be like,
What a wonderful form, Mark.
I hope they do. I really hope. We should shake hands after every box that we throw. Like,
oh my God, yes,
every box.
yes.
Game.
Nice
Have a
box.
pleasant box. Have a
Have a
pleasant box.
form.
Hey, nice box, bud.
Hey, nice box.
Nice
form.
box.
Hey, is your girlfriend fight? No, but you should see her box.
I know.
Anyway, folks, let's see. You can find us. Please send your questions, comments, concerns
Oh,
to
Jesus
the Ripping the
Christ.
Rack podcast at gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram at Ripping the Rack podcast. You cannot find us on Brian's OnlyFans. That is strictly
That's
Brian's.
just for my fans.
That's just for his fans.
It's still private listed, so he hasn't released it to the public yet. He's just making sure that it's ready to go when he finally
Right.
does.
I'm
Flip the
making
curtain.
plenty of money, so I don't need to
when
release it to the
when
public
it finally
yet.
goes, then watch out, world. Brian, where else can they
Watch it.
hear us?
Well, they can give their eardrums a massage on Friday and Tuesday mornings by tuning into Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts,
Right?
and wherever you consume your podcast media.
iHeartRadio.
Yes, sir. Guys, appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Marky, I'll see you Saturday morning. Calvin, we won't see you Saturday morning.
No.
So
We'll try to live stream some stuff for you. We'll try to,
I'll feel your pain from up north.
yeah, and we will definitely try to get our pleasant match live
Yes.
stream.
And to everybody watching, have yourself a pleasant day.
Have yourself a pleasant
And if I don't see you, have a good morning, good afternoon, and
and
good night.
Stay pleasant.